Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons! What-a-do? My phone's ringing. Hello? This is Tommy from Nook's Granny. Yep. Send payment to my bank. Yeah. Alright. So we get our HHA score, 28,320. Hey, we got a little higher this time. And from Pinky. Storytime Steven. Once my teacher caught me passing a note and I had to read it aloud. It said I hate pop music. I was lying. Wanted to impress this girl Debbie who liked prog rock. What even is prog rock? No, seriously. I don't know, man. I don't know music. There is. It is the beginning of this, isn't it? This'll be... Oh no, this is a bunny day fence. Alright. There's gonna be eggs everywhere. They're just gonna be everywhere. I remember this. The eggs, they're everywhere. That's what everyone knows. The eggs be everywhere. I actually thought this would have started sooner than this, but I guess not. Okay, I just hope I have inventory space to buy 2 sets of 2400. That's what I'm hoping for. Well, I mean, I probably don't have the bells to buy that many, but at least, you know, buy the 2400 and then, you know, get more bells out. So, we're gonna track down Daisy Mae first things first before doing anything else. Just so I can be sure I've got inventory space and be sure I get my turnips. Oh, hi. Oh, KK's here today. Alright. Hey, man. Why, hippity skippity, hoppity ho. Now that you found me, let's say a warm hello. Lucky old bunny. So tip, you can call me Zipper. Yeah, I know. No, I don't feel like clapping. This swell, here you are, and here I'm to tell you about my favorite holiday. You know what you're thinking? No, this is not a costume. Until you go snooping, got it. It's almost Bunny Day. Favorite time to come out and play. Alright. Just find Bunny as a Bunny Day secret. Alright, get to it, please. I'm on a time limit here. Yep, there's eggs. There's lots of eggs. Yep. Find eggs. You'll be found in the great outdoors. Shake trees, smack rocks, fish, dive. You're taking... Okay, good. It's a recipe. I was gonna say, oh, you're taking up my inventory space. Recipe for a Bunny Day bed. Okay, a big announcement. Hidden Bunny Day themed DIY recipes all around the island. More recipes you'll hide. Alright, man. Yeah, that was a lot of dialogue, my man. Sweet, I can make a Bunny Day bed. Now we need to find Daisy Mae. There's so many dig spots. Finding our fossils every day is going to be a night. I just did that too. I'm not gonna do anything else. Instinctually picks up stick. I'm gonna put the stick right there. Daisy Mae, where are you? Yep, there she is. Please help. The island's been infested. 100 bells each. Alright, I'll buy some. That's a good solid price. Get 2,400. That sounds perfectly fine to me. I'll only need to get out like 20,000 more bells, so. That's pretty nice. So I guess I'm doing a two-parter today, even though I was kind of not wanting to. I was gonna be like, oh, I'll just record like a 30-ish minute episode in the morning, and then, you know, that'll just be what I'll do today. Make it an easy Saturday for me in real life, Sunday real video life. That ain't happening. For KK not showing up yesterday, showing up today. I mean, they could have just made CJ move his stuff. I mean, dude left at 8. KK could have showed up to do a concert. I mean... Come on, drop item. Drop item. I even stayed up late to maybe catch a KK concert yesterday, and then he just didn't show up. And that's why I'm kind of late getting up today. Okay, partially why I'm late getting up today is I got busy playing Magic: The Gathering Forge and just lost track of time. That's basically it. I am very serious about wanting to actually learn how to play Magic. I'm like, I'm basically just in that camp of like, I want to learn because like, okay, this may come off as a bit condescending, but I feel like this comes across okay. I'll try to word this right. So I feel like anyone who wants to be a game designer or develop games or make games in any way really needs to just play anything and want to learn how to play anything. Which does mean I kind of go against that with my just complete writing off of Battle Royales. But that's kind of because I'm hoping that genre will die off. In like 5 years, I hope it just goes away. I mean, you know, in about that time, the target demographic will have aged out of it, hopefully. That's my hope. But, like, let's just get out 40,000. That way I'll still have 20,000 left over. So, like, that's kind of where I'm at when it comes to that. And I have played Battle Royale games. That's what more or less taught me, yeah, I do not like these at all. Was having played a couple. I don't even remember exactly what they were. They weren't the big ones, but there's still some. Because, like, yeah, just don't like them. I also want to say, this is a long shot, but just in case any of y'all watching have any interest in World of Tanks Blitz, currently there is a mission to get Tiger 131 for free. You just have to score, I think it's like 33,000 total damage over the course of infinite number of games. You just have a week to do it. So, you know, it might sound like a lot, but it's a very doable mission. That's basically, you know, once you get to like a tier 4 or 5, I do apologize for that. My throat just went, no. Tier like 4 or 5, you'll probably be pulling about 1,000 damage per game. So like, that's like 33 games basically, which isn't a lot for a week, given each match is usually about 5 minutes. So that's one Battle Royale mode I did play, was one in World of Warships, and I hated it. It was not fun. Like, you would quite often see people basically, like, either intentionally queuing up with their friends so that they'll all end up in the same match and working together with basically an unfair advantage because Battle Royale, everyone wants to fight each other. Or in rare instances, you'd see people actually trying to work together because they all want a good reward out of it. Which is the thing that, like, it's like, yeah, why don't you just... Especially in things like the World of Warships one, where basically the main objective was, it was basically a PvEVP, so player versus enemy versus player. Like, the main objective was just kill NPCs, leave. Like, those were your objectives. So, like, why not just work together and then everybody gets more reward? Like, it just made sense. But so many people would be like, nah, I want all the reward, even though you couldn't get all the reward. Like, there was basically a hard cap on how much you could make. So, like, it's more just a case of, like, as you progressed more, your reward got less and less for every action you took. So, like, eventually you're getting next to nothing for doing stuff. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you, too. Let's make today our best day ever. I mean, I can always try, but I have no confidence that will ever happen, so. Partially because my brain likes to sabotage things. It's great. Yep, well, you got an egg. They're everywhere, man. They're everywhere. But, yeah, like, I do really want to learn magic. And specifically deck building, because I feel like I've got a decent grasp on, like, a lot of the cards. Though, there's a lot of the time where I'm reading a card, and I'm basically just going, what does that mean? I mean, a good example is the Lord of the Rings cards. So many of them just basically say on them, you know, when blank happens, the ring tempts you. It's like, okay, but what does that mean? The answer is you go to a Wikipedia page and then you read it, and I still don't fully understand it because there seems to be multiple levels of tempting. I don't know. I know at basic being tempted, you choose a ring bearer. That ring bearer is now treated as a legendary creature and can now no longer be blocked by anything with power greater than it. So if you give it to like a 1/1 with like toxic, so you're putting poison counters on your opponent, you win in 10 turns. That's something I've learned so far. May as well bonk more rock, because egg. Gotta find those eggs. Then there's like another card where it's like, well, the Dungeons and Dragons cards. When blank happens, take initiative. Okay, and what does that mean? And honestly, I don't know. I do not know what that means. Hello, Pinky. Hey there, my fabulous bestie. Didn't think I'd see you this early in the morning. Let's stop. I mean, it's like a 12 after 11. But you're not gonna believe this. They say if you go after medium fish shadows, you may find an egg. Where's that? Yeah, that's just to be expected when the magical season of Bunny Day is upon us. I mean, yeah, Zipper does like to litter. That's what Zipper do. I'm trying to remember the card I found last night that I was reading, where literally the thought through my head was, okay, Magic players, I get it. One of the main arguments that they'll make against Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the amount of text on a card. But at least our card text tells us what the card does. Like, there are some of them that I will fully admit do not do a great job at telling you what they do. Dark World Snow, I believe it is, does not do a great job of telling you what it does. if you don't understand problem-solving card text. It's actually... It's a card I like showing to people that kind of understand Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to see if they can parse the effect. Because it is so convolutedly worded. Like, and I don't do it to be mean, I more or less just do it just to be like, look how dumb some Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards can be. You know, the worst part is, though, it's literally one of the best cards for, the Dark World archetype. Like, let me... We get, Snow, Unlight of the Dark World. Its effect reads, if this card is discarded to the graveyard by card effect, if it was discarded from your hand to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, add one Dark World card from your deck to your hand, then special summon that target, if any, in defense position. Me pointing out the punctuation probably helps people with figuring out what that card does. But for those, and any of you who want to take a swing at what Snow does, it is Snow, Unlight of Dark World. If I remember, I will try to put a picture of it up on the screen. I may not remember, because I'll be definitely editing this later tonight. You know, take a moment, pause, see if you can figure it out, and put your guess in the comments. And after I'm done picking up these carrots, I will explain the effect. There we go. So, if it's discarded to the graveyard, period, you search your deck for a Dark World card and add it to your hand. If it's discarded to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you also target a monster in their graveyard and special summon it to your field in defense position. That's the effect. Welcome to the International House of Ed. What's the latest, Ed? Said you're doing the big eval, you know, the Happy Home Academy inspection? Pretty happy with mine. I don't want to say best in show, but I know we're all thinking it. No, we're not thinking it, Ed. And, like, the reason the card is that convolutedly worded is because of problem-solving card text, PSCT. Basically, the Konami of North America going, okay, we need to tidy up these cards. We need to make them less convoluted, because a lot of old Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards really did say more than they needed to say. Like, Man-Eater Bug is a great example of this. Man-Eater Bug is flip. Target one monster on the field, destroy it. It used to say, in brackets, regardless of position. It's like, yeah, no crap. Just say, target one monster on the field, destroy it. That gets that point across. Like, you don't need to say, regardless of position. That's kind of assumed. It just says, target one monster. It doesn't say, target one attacked position monster, destroy it, regardless of position. It's like, yeah. Okay, at the time there could be face-down attack position, but there's only one attack position, you know. Welcome, Steven. Glad you stopped by. Let's talk. You ever had a pile of books falling over, even though no one was around to touch them? That happened to me just the other day. I jumped so hard I spilled the cup of tomato juice I was drinking. Normally it wouldn't be a big deal, but I won't be able to use my usual stain prevention this time. Not spilling stuff in the first place. Aww. Where do you even have books in here? And she traded out a little stand for this, which is, that is fair. I was kind of hoping she'd put it over here, but... That actually fits in so well, I didn't even notice. Like... I think I did good. But, like... when you really stop to read the card, it makes sense. Like, especially when you know how problem-solving card text works, and you know to read for the punctuation, you know? It's so yummy. Come here, what if... Weber, what are you trying to eat? Oh, wait. Did I fall asleep? Yeah, you did. Alright, I'm just not gonna ask for an explanation, man. And, like, I don't blame people for not understanding that card. Like, that's fair. The card does still basically tell you what it does. But it is a more confusing card. I will fully grant that. Hey, it's Steven. I like running into you. Let's chat. It's my second time running into you today. First was in your dreams. Sorry, wanted it by accident. Nah, you didn't. He really wants to, but he doesn't. I don't know how to break that to him, but he doesn't. Good, I saw the glowy. Right here? Yeah. No one wants in my dreams. Hey, Sheldon. Good morning, cardio. Getting an early start? It's the latest. Love the sunny weather we've been having lately, cardio. Helps work up a good sweat. It's fair, man. I don't like it. I literally stepped outside with the dog yesterday and literally just had the thought of, oh god, it's hot. Like, it was so hot yesterday, and it's probably hotter today. I don't like the spring and summer, man. Or even early fall. Can I just have winter, like, all the time? That'd be nice. That'd be so nice. Alright, let's see. Not seeing anything on their displays that I'm particularly a fan of, but maybe they got something hidden away. I mean, like, the cook's coat is, like, something, but maybe if it didn't have the little scarf, I would like it, but I don't like the little scarf on it. I could be a punk. Yeah. Zippers on the back of my legs. Yeah. Blue punk. They got pointier animal hat. Man, if the colors on this were like the other way around, that would be almost good. You get the cat cap. Piggy cat. I kind of want to buy this anyway. Because, like, channel icon. It's kind of close. Kinda. Not really, like, it's more purple, but it's got the white. And I did kind of change the colors. It's just, I haven't been drawing lately, man. Yeah, I'll buy this. Alright. People tells me you've been helping her out, modeling outfits and such. It's a lot to all of us. You do so much for our little family. Thanks so much. Oh. And yes, I enjoy talking with Sable every day, even though she does repeat dialogue. To be fair, Sable has always repeated dialogue a lot faster than every other animal. Because, like, she's never given the most dialogue once you've, like... I very much agree with that sentiment when it comes to Sable, of she runs out of dialogue way too quickly for a character we're supposed to make friends with. Like... They really need to, like, give her the most dialogue of any character, just because we're supposed to make friends with her. Like, we're supposed to be going out of our way to get to know Sable and make her open up and get her to open up and be friends. So then why is it that, like, she just kind of stops talking to us after a while, you know? Like, I would much rather she have even just slightly different things to say. Maybe, like, on a rotation. I mean, quite literally. And I know this would be a lot of work for, like, one voice crack. It would be a lot of work. But they could literally have one person sit down and write dialogue for Sable for every single day of the year. They could. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. Outside of just simply they don't want to. Collecting up some eggs. We're gonna need a lot of eggs, so. Alright, so how many fossils have I found? I found 3. There's frickin' Zipper. So one of these will be a fossil, the other will be an egg. Based on my roaming of the island. If they're both eggs, I don't know where the other fossil would be. Alright, there we go. But, let's stop in and see Diva. Man, I do need to get this morning section, like, tidied up pretty soon. Dash of this, a smidge of that. Who says it's hard to make good stuff taste good? Not me, that's who. What you making? Didn't pay a monster-sized craving earlier, so I started making myself some pumpkin scones. Some skumpkin pones. We're doing your kitchen already. I mean, I don't have any pumpkin. I need pumpkin first. Need to also collect up the rest of our produce. I don't even... Well, I mean, Leaf might have pumpkins at some point. And then you gotta luck into getting the right kind of pumpkin, because it could require, like, white pumpkins, and then you only have orange ones. There's many colors of pumpkin. And wheat. And then we get our sugar cane. Man, imagine if I watered this produce, like, every day, and we were getting 3 from 1. So basically, times the amount of produce we have by 3. So we'd have 3 stacks of 10. Like, it wouldn't actually work out like that, but it'd be 3 times 14. So that would be 32? Then 3 times 18, that'd be like 40, I think. I can't do simple math like that. I'm pretty sure I was close on those numbers, so. And we'd have a lot. Our inventory would basically just be... It would just be produce right now. Man, Tiss is so cool. Good. Trying to think of more things to, like, just generically ramble about for, like, the next few minutes. Because I do need to get this morning section ended off, and then we'll have another section later this afternoon where I'll do, like, some fishing and diving to get more eggs. I mean, we've got 3 types of eggs so far. And then we just get the fishing, diving eggs, because those are different. And then we get the sky eggs, and that's all 6. There's all 6 areas an egg can be. It's a lot for the eye to see. I was gonna try to keep rhyming, but I don't think my brain can handle rhyming right now. Hey, Brewster. Yeah, I'll have coffee, man. Yes, I will have milk in it. I do enjoy milk in my coffee. I'm just very lazy, and, like... It's one of those things of... I get so annoyed by milk. Because, like... Okay. Let's use the milk carton we currently have as an example. It says it's not supposed to expire until, like, next month. I can almost guarantee you it will be expired before we've used it all. And long before its best before date. Like, I really get annoyed by that. Because, like, it's mostly, like, in the morning when I'm first waking up. I don't think to stop and check if the milk is still good before pouring it in my cup. Which is why when I was still drinking milk, drinking my coffee with milk in it, a lot of the times my cup would just randomly change from day to day, even though usually I'll just use the same cup until it gets to the point where I'm like, yeah, I should probably clean the cup and use a different one. It's my own cup. I don't mind reusing the same cup day on day. Nothing bad's happened to me from doing it yet. Nothing bad probably ever will. But, like... I would basically I would go upstairs, get my coffee, like, pour my coffee into my cup, pour the milk in, and then, oh, it's sour. Well, time to dump that out, put the cup in the sink, and then, yeah, get a new cup, pour a new cup of coffee, and then I guess I'm drinking black coffee. Like, that would basically just be how it goes. Yeah, I'll buy the Bunny Day Topiary. Oh, I can buy 2 of them. I'll buy 2 of them. I know what I'm gonna do with these. I mean, it's gonna look a little awkward, because I'm not gonna have the flowers around them, but I'm gonna put these at the entrance to town. So I feel like that would be pretty nice. Alright. Pick that up. Bunny Day Topiary. Need to do that. Spin. This isn't gonna be even, is it? Nope. It's not even schmeven. Oh boy, this is gonna be... Okay, cilantro, you are kinda in the way, my guy. I mean, those are kinda schmeven now. You are in the way, my guy. I'm sorry, but like... yeah, that's kind of good enough. Alright, let's talk. You've been getting in the way. Oh, you touched down. You're a sight for sore eyes. Let's talk. Wonder how much walking I've done in this island so far. Must be close to setting a record at you. I mean, I've probably set the record for walking on this island, because I've been here the longest. And walked the most. Also run a fair bit, but I mostly walk. So, okay. I'm gonna meet you guys back here later today. I suppose I should check to see what the Nook Miles things I got was. I think it's just spend bells to buy items. How did I spend 5,000 spending 2,000 at a time? Not gonna question it. But yeah, I'm just gonna meet you guys back here later today as we then do some fishing, diving, and then listen to our KK concert. So, yeah, see you later. And I'm back. I kind of was... I keep blanking on the fact that, like, Isabel doesn't say anything. I don't think I'll do any diving today, but I'll do some diving tomorrow. We'll do some fishing for tonight. I'm just not feeling diving. Not right now. Diving's something I need to be in the mood for, given my past with diving. Which I feel is fair. But yeah. I do want to note, for anyone that might have missed it yesterday for you guys, I did stream some Magic the Gathering Forge, and I like how the stream went. I mean, there was, like, no one in the comments, but I got to ramble about the just weirdness that is a lot of Magic the Gathering cards. Including some I was literally making mention of in the first half of today. So, you know. That was fun. I now know what the city's blessing is. It basically means if you control 10 permanents, which is basically 10 anything that stays on the field, you gain whatever effect that the card gives. That's what it does. You know, they could just word it that way, but where's the fun in that? Like, I honestly do kind of hope at some point... Ooh, we got a new bug. Cycling the wrong way. Is it gonna come over here, or is it gonna stay there? Oh, here it comes. It's running. Alright, let's see if I can... See if I can get it. Being very quiet. Yeah! Blathers is gonna love this! Giant water bug. It should have stayed in the water. Nah. I think it's kind of neat. I think it should come out of the water. Come on, land. Be a land beetle. Like, I do honestly hope some Magic the Gathering players see that. And can maybe give me some insight on things. Because that was partially why I was like, yeah, I'll stream some Forge. I was thinking of doing some just Magic Arena. But, like... playing on Magic Arena, while it is probably the way to go, because then I could, like, verse other people. That's kind of the problem, is I'm versing other people. So, you know, while an AI is not going to be able to play a deck spectacularly, and will probably make some mistakes that, like, a human player would not. At least when it comes to Magic, an AI can play well enough so that it's still a challenge. Where facing against a player, I'm going to just be curb stomped every single game because I don't know what I'm doing. You know. Just have to make sure that's even... Yeah. I have my face cam OBS way on the other side of my other monitor just because, like... my hair does not want to agree with me today, and if I can't see it, I don't care. Like, that's a problem I have, where I'm just like, no, I need to try to look decent and presentable. But I've needed to shower for a while now, and just like... I was gonna shower earlier, and I was like, I'll wait. And I'm kind of glad I did, because my older sister came down to shower, and she takes multi-hour-long showers. And if there isn't hot water enough for her to do it, she gets a little annoyed. So, you know. And if I had had a shower, there probably wouldn't have been. So, you know. But, like, I've been watching more, like, Magic the Gathering content lately, just to be like, maybe through watching channels, I can maybe understand a little better how decks are built. Oh, really? Because, like, that's, like I've made mention of many times this video, and in the past while, that is my biggest issue with learning Magic, is you know, buying a pre-con doesn't tell me anything. Which is what I get the feeling people, including Wizards of the Coast, would say I should do, is, oh, just buy some starter decks. It's like, okay, but what is that going to actually teach me about deck building? You know, those are the products that have, like, 2/2 bears in them. Which, I mean, gotta love the 2/2 for 2 bear, but, like, come on now. That's not helpful. Like, that, I mean, sure, there might be other cards that then boost that 2/2 for 2 bear, but if that payoff isn't very good, then all that's going to teach me is that a lot of those payoffs aren't worth it. You see the conundrum. It's why whenever Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a really good structure deck, the competitive players will sing the praises of that deck from dawn till dusk. The Salamangreat structure deck is probably still a high-value item, because you can probably still buy 3 copies of it and at least compete at a rogue level. With just 3 copies of the structure deck. You need to know what cards to take out of it and what cards to, you know, because each one of the structure deck only has 1 copy of each card. So you need 3 copies. You can get your 3 copies of each card that you need, and then, you know, fill in where you don't have room. If I remember right, that structure deck had Ash Blossom in it, which is downright amazing. The Crystal Beast structure deck is still a go-to of, like, yeah, if you're looking to, you know, cheap buy into Yu-Gi-Oh!, at least when it was new, 3 of that, you know, that gets you 3 Dimension Shifter as well as 3 Ash Blossom. Like, it's an amazing value. You're not going to really use the rest of that deck, but those cards, that's going to save you a lot of money. And those are generic staples that you'll hear of and can be played in anything. Magic doesn't have those. You need to know what your color or attribute or whatever's generic staples are. Which means you need to read through every single card. Which is a lot. Like, I'm no stranger to reading cards, but, like, there's so much more to evaluating if a Magic card is good or not. Because, like, okay, here's an example. You could show me a Magic the Gathering card that says, pay 7 mana, draw 2 cards. So in my mind, pay 7 mana, Pot of Greed. And that's, say, on the body of a creature. Let's say it's a 2/2 creature. For 2 mana to play. So keeping the 2/2 for 2 going. I'm going to say that's good. Because it's 7 mana, draw 2 cards. How hard is 7 mana? I don't really know, but that's draw 2 cards. Like, in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain, that's busted. Drawing 2 cards, that's full combo, basically. You know. Most meta decks, you give them 2 cards and they can go full combo on you. Like, that's just how Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks are. with those 2 cards. If they only have those 2 cards, they're not going to have any room for interruption, but, you know, if you interrupt them, they have no room to pivot, but, you know, some decks, even then, still have room to pivot. But I get the feeling, in the context of Magic, that that's probably not very good. The reason I say that is I know I have the stat line wrong, but I found a creature like that in Magic Forge. I think it's a common, which tells me it's probably not very good. And Wizards doesn't think it'd be very good either, because how good a card is seems almost directly tied to its rarity. Like, if it's not, like, rare or mythic, it's probably not great. I mean, there definitely seems to be some pretty decent cards that are, like, common and uncommon, but I imagine there are better variants that are rare or mythics, you know, because that's just how Wizards does things. They can't give you the best of something in common or rare, because then why would you open packs? You know, you can get what you want easily, then why would you open packs? You know, why would stores bulk open packs if they can pull what you're gonna want easily and then sell it to you easily? You know, they gotta make their money somehow. I mean, we don't want poor Wizards of the Coast to starve. You know, we gotta think of Wizards. I mean, I joke about that. Konami does the same thing. Konami will put cards that they know are good at higher rarities just because they know those cards are good. The exception being Master Duel. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, it's pretty rare for cards that they know are generically good to be ultra rare. They might be super rare, but they're rarely ultra rare. And there's a reason for that. It's because when they ban cards on Master Duel, you can decraft those cards for the full value of crafting a card. So if they ban an ultra rare, everybody gets free ultra rares, because it was a generically good card. It's one of the main reasons, well, conspiracy reasons, as to why Max C has not been banned, but just semi-limited. That way people don't get all of their UR points back. Like, it'll probably slowly get banned. There's players like me who are just hanging on to all 3 of my copies of Max C, waiting for the day that it becomes banned, so I can get 90 UR dust. On 2 accounts. Because why wouldn't I? Wow. Like, that's 3 URs right there, just for them banning a card that should have never been legal in the first place. You know, I don't know if Magic Arena does the same thing, but also, like, they do lots of weird stuff with Arena. So, I don't know how they do things on there. Especially because, like, just because something's banned in one format doesn't mean it'd be banned in other formats. So, like, I don't even know if you can break down duplicates, or if it just automatically breaks them down, or... I don't know, man. I don't play Magic Arena. I seem to remember at some point Magic Arena having, like, a solo mode where you could experience the story of different characters. But that's just gone now? I kind of miss that. I'm pretty sure it was Arena that had that. Someone will have to correct me if they know. But, like, that was nice. Especially because, like, it taught you more or less some basics on various decks and gave you some free cards. lot of those cards are probably not legal to play in most formats anymore, rendering them pretty much redundant. But still, like, you know. And, like, I've even thought of maybe trying, you know, trying my hand at a more, like, I would say, like, a low-power format, but more, like, a more laid-back format, is I suppose the way to put it, of going with, like, Brawl. But just seeing how long Brawls go, if I wanted to spend 40 minutes playing one game, I would just fire up Master Duel and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead. Like, I say that though, like, if there was a group local to me that did, like, Magic and did, like, Commander and stuff, I would probably see about joining in. Especially because people in person would be able to very likely help me build decks. You know, I could throw together some janky pile and then, while playing, be like, so hey, how does this actually work? You know, this is what I've thrown together. I've got something going on here. But, like, you know, it doesn't help that there's apparently, like, go-to, like, commanders that you want to use, and it's like, I don't know any of this stuff, and I don't want to net deck. Net decking does not teach you how to build decks. Like, I want to know how to build a deck. Like, I know how to build a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know how to build a deck in Pokemon. Like, Pokemon's probably the easiest game to, like, learn how to build decks in. Because it is pretty much as simple as pick the Pokemon you want to build a deck around, build the deck around it. Like, that's, you know, pick your payoff, build your deck around your payoff. There you go, deck built. But, like, that's because you're probably going to consistently see your payoff. You know, back in the Black and White days, which is when I played the most Pokemon TCG, the general go-to thing for basic payoff was Zekrom Reshiram. They were generic, you could throw double colorless on them and they would deal great damage. Like, those were your payoff that you could build a deck around, and it was pretty simple. Oh, I got 2 things to give. That means he's really gonna love the giant water beetle. Nope. I'm good. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a bit harder. I mean, Pokemon doing that, you're not gonna build a competent deck. Like, a meta-defining deck. But you'll build a competent one. You'll be able to play games, and you'll probably win from time to time. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a bit more difficult. Yu-Gi-Oh! You do kind of need to look up what is the meta if you want to compete against meta players, because power creep. It's an eternal format. You know, you're just gonna run into that. But in general, with Yu-Gi-Oh! If you want to build, say, Crystal Beasts, you go to any online simulator, and this can literally be Master Duel, and just type into the search, Crystal Beasts. And it'll bring up every Crystal Beast card. Then, add 1 copy of every card to the deck, so you can keep track of them. This doesn't work with heroes, because heroes, there are just quite simply far too many of them. You have 1 copy of everything, then you start reading the cards. Where you want to start reading with every single archetype is their field spell. The field spell tends to bring the entire archetype together. So find the field spell, read the field spell. In the case of Crystal Beasts, their field spell is pretty okay. It's not amazing, but it tells you what they want to do. It tells you that they want to have their monsters in the back row. That is what they want. It led to people, mostly jokingly, talking about using them as a tech against Snake Eyes. Because Snake Eyes like putting your stuff in the back row, and Crystal Beasts want to be there. You then go from the field spell, which tells you generally the basic idea of the archetype, to the boss monster, your win condition. If you're playing Crystal Beasts, your win condition's gonna be your extra deck fusion monsters. Those are your boss monsters. Your boss monster will almost always be in the extra deck. May as well pop a squad over here by KK while I ramble about this, because I just want to keep rambling about this for the, and you know, I can do it while listening to KK. Hey man. Hey Steven, if you want the most, glad you made it. Except for me to make with the music. Of course, man. Cool. Any requests? Dial up an old favorite, you can just tell me how you're feeling, and I'll groove on it. I'll leave it up to you. Dealer's choice, huh? Cool. I got a slick one for you. Take a seat and we'll jam. Right on. Tune up, ready to roll. A little forest life. Ooh, I like forest life. But from there, you basically read through the rest of the extra deck monsters. Read through all of those. Then you go to the main deck monsters. Start at the lowest level, read to the highest level. Just read all the cards, see what they do, and as you're reading through them, make decisions right then whether they seem good or not. If they don't seem good as a card, take it out of the deck. So like, I believe it's Crystal Beast Emerald Tortoise is bad. Reading the card tells you it's bad. Just take it out of the deck. It's just basically a 2000 defense wall. It's not very good. Then you get to the spells. Read the normal spells first. Keep all the ones that you think are good, remove all the ones you think are bad. Get to any quick plays, continuous, then you get on trap cards, then read continuous traps, counter traps, and by the end of it, you'll probably have narrowed it down to the remaining cards. Now, if you think it's good, it's worth playing at 3. Put 3 copies in the deck. How much space do you have left? If you have enough room to do it, if you're playing on Master Duel, you put the Master Duel tax in, which is 2 Called by the Grave, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Max C, and probably 2 to 3 Mulch Army. Pick whichever one you think is best for the meta at the time. Special Summon from deck extra deck is usually the way to go. If you still have room after that, then that's where you go back looking through the rest of your archetypal cards again. Maybe you look for generic support. They're all light rocks, I believe. So look for other light rocks. Look for light rock support. You know, Adamancipator. They're rocks. Adamancipators like rocks. Crystal Mancipators, you know. Like, that's how you build a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. I could not tell you the first thing about how to build an actual good Magic the Gathering deck. Because I don't get it. There's too many cards. I like Forest Life, though. Also, I apologize about this every week, but I apologize I have to talk over that. It's just in case of copyright claims. I want to be able to say, hey, you're trying to claim my voice, darn it. Right on, man. Give your pockets a glance. It's like I'm real. Thanks for tuning your dial my direction. No props, man. You slipped us a boot of the song. Yeah, I can get in here. It's little Forest Life in here. Let me just pop down here, listen to some Forest Life. But like, say, like, okay, let's say you wanted to build cats in Magic. How would you do that? Because you can't just build a deck of nothing but cats. You need your support cards. Like, and even past that, there's hundreds of cats. Which ones do you play. You know, that's the problem. Is there's too much. Like, there has to be a better way of figuring out what to run. Like, I know right now dragon decks are big because that's their newest set is something dragons. Tarkir Dragonstorm, I think it is. Like, so dragons are the big thing right now. Okay, dragon deck. There is dragons of every flavor. Not all of them play well together, but they all exist. How do you figure out which ones play well together? How do you pick which ones to play? How, you know, there's hundreds of them. Thousands, probably. Like, how... This is the problem. I'll stop rambling about this now, especially because this is basically the end of the episode. So, with that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow as we get to see if those Nookling boys will be kind to us with the stock market this week. See you all then. You know, what am I doing? That probably just had a flash jump cut. It's a KK day. We're gonna have KK play us off. I mean, first we're gonna get these sky eggs because it's just what you do at this time of year. Well, this just seems like a regular sky present. Maybe it'll be a neat thing. Cute DIY table. Neat. Alright, we're gonna plop down here and let KK play us off. So now, hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow. See you all then. And now in this end card, I'd like to ask if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.